All right, so this is a long-awaited Quawan Charles update. It has been months since I did a video talking about Quawan Charles. The last time I talked about Quawan Charles was back in April when they captured Janet Irvin wherever she was at, and I think currently now she's still in custody there, and there has not been an update since then. So I just had, like I told you, I just casually go and I look up to see if I could find anything about him, and I type in his name every now and then. And lo and behold, there was an update that came 3 weeks ago. Now, mind you, I'm recording this video on November 28th, 2021. It'll be up the 29th because, there's a major update to this story. But in this picture is Quawan Charles's mother. Her name is Roxanne Charles Nelson. And 3 weeks ago, she basically came out and said that she plans to sue the police and the sheriff over the lack of a response to the to when her son was reported missing. Of course, when they found him, he was deceased. Basically saying that they were being slack with their so-called investigation, which they most definitely were, because I believe they were slack with getting Janet Irvin as well. But I'm going to go ahead and read this article that's coming from something called the Acadiana. Well, it's called The Advocate. I'm sorry. It's called The Advocate, and it was posted on November 2nd, 2021. Like, they kept this as hush-hush as they possibly could. That's why I said I have to constantly check to see any updates when it comes to this story. So it reads, the mother of a teen found dead in a sugarcane field days after being reported missing is suing 2 law enforcement agencies for failing to take action. On October 30th, 2020, Roxanne Charles Nelson reported to the Baldwin Police Department and St. Mary Parish Sheriff's Office the disappearance of her son, Quawan Charles, age 15, who went missing from his father's Baldwin home without permission. The teen's body was found 4 days later in an Iberia Parish sugarcane field by deputies with the Iberia Parish Sheriff's Office. Nelson filed a lawsuit against the Baldwin Police Department, Baldwin Police Chief Harry Boo Boo Smith, what a nickname, Baldwin Assistant Police Chief Samuel Wise III, and Department's insurer XYZ Insurance, the St. Mary Parish Sheriff's Office. Sheriff Blasey Smith and the department's insurer, ABC Insurance, Janet Irvin, and her son, Gavin, who allegedly picked up Charles from his father's house. And Janet Irvin's boyfriend, Tyler LaGrosse, who was allegedly with the Irvins and Charles after he left his father's house. The lawsuit alleges neither Baldwin Police Department nor the St. Mary's Parish Sheriff's Office notified the Louisiana State Police about a missing child. The state police handle Amber Alerts and missing child alerts that are sent to news media organizations statewide. The Baldwin Police Department also allegedly did not ping Charles' cell phone, saying they did not have the technical ability to do so. Although, according to the lawsuit, all they had to do was contact the cell phone service provider. On November 3rd, 4 days after Charles was reported missing, the Iberia Parish Sheriff's Office pinged his phone and located his body in a sugarcane field. The Irvins and LaGrosse are named in the lawsuit for taking the minor 25 miles from his home, not reporting he left their mobile home, and not attempting to find him. So that's pretty much the update right there. And I would say that's a pretty heavy ground to sue on. And she's going after everybody. She's not just going after one particular party or whatever the case may be. She's going after every single person. And I'm glad that that's happening, because there was, in my opinion, a lot of neglect when it came to trying to find her son. And we know how that Amber Alert works. A lot of times it does not work in the favor of a black child. Do you know how many missing black children there are out here that have been missing for years because they don't try to go out and find them? And they just kind of treat them as, they'll treat them as runaways and stuff like that. And they figure, oh, they ran away, they'll just come back. Not all the time. I still can't wrap my mind around that imagery I saw, how this little boy was found when they found him. That's crazy. And I know that I called him a little boy even though he was 15, but still, He was a minor. You know, he mattered to somebody or some bodies to be treated in the way that he was and to be found in the way that he did. And I can't wait until, cause man, listen, I'm gonna be on top of this trial. Y'all know how everybody was following Rittenhouse and what we was following with the McMichaels and everything. I'm gonna be on top of this. Now, the thing is, because this story did not gain as much traction as those did, or even George Floyd, well, Derek Chauvin, I should say. This one's probably not going to make its rounds like that because not many people know about this story. I'm probably one of the few people on YouTube that's talking about it in or outside of the spaces that I frequent in. And it's a shame. It really is, because this story definitely should be talked about way more than what it is. We know mainstream media ain't going to talk about it, but I'm talking about those of us over here. This story should definitely be talked about a lot more. And like I said, that's why I had to Google it, because this story came out 3 weeks ago and it's the end of November. We're about to head into December. And this story was posted at the beginning of November. And I didn't even know about it until 3 weeks later. But like I said, because it's a story that I'm staying on top of, no matter how late, I could have found out at the end of the year and I would have talked about it, because I'm keeping my word that I'm staying in close quarters of this story, because they're intentionally burying it. They probably want Janet Irvin and her son to walk away from this scot-free. It wouldn't be the first time. But there has to be some level of accountability for the death of this boy. It has to be. But this is the latest update. Like I said, this is the first update that I've done about Quawan Charles since November, when they captured and they got Janet Irvin in custody. And it's been silent ever since. So this is the next one right here. And like I said, I'm going to constantly continue to check, probably if not daily, weekly, about any more updates to come with this particular story. Y'all let me know what y'all think down in the comments.